million this could be used. That was the first of the cards. And then, you know what that card is?
Gold card.
It's the gold card. The Trump card, gold card.
Who's the first buyer?
Me.
Who's the second?
I don't know, but I'm the first buyer.
I don't know what is the most embarrassing part of that. The way that he's holding the fake little prop that isn't anything. Him saying that he's the first buyer. So you're paying $5 million for a card for a program that doesn't exist to get a visa for a country you're already a citizen of. What's the joke there? Who's the second buyer? I don't know. You know why? Because it's not a real thing and nobody was actually buying them. The entire thing's ridiculous. But actually, I do know the most embarrassing part. It's when he asks the assembled reporters, you know what this is? And like 3 or 4 people say, gold card. That's embarrassing. That's deeply embarrassing. Anyway, but now I guess it's coming out. The Trump card is coming soon, at least, trumpcard.gov. It's literally called Trump card. For 5 million, here's a little Truth Social post he put out. If we can put this up, because it's a visual man. For $5 million dollars, you don't need to use both of those. You could just use one of the two anyway. You can get this thing and you can sign up to ride a beautiful road in gaining access to the greatest country and market anywhere in the world. It's called the United States of America, in case you weren't sure which country he was talking about. The waiting list is now open to sign up. Go to trumpcard.gov because yes, they're really gonna do the thing where if you're rich, you can skip the line because never forget that the rich are better than you. Says the populist president who's anti-elite and all that. Anyway, we don't know what other criteria they need to meet other than paying $5 million. I'm guessing nothing. I think it's just gonna be the 5 million. But the website's actually open. You can go to trumpcard.gov. And I think you should for 2 reasons. 1, because I'd love for you to crash it. 2, because it looks so cheap. It's like he saw a commercial for one of those really expensive Amex cards or whatever, and just from memory, he was trying to create a website that looked like it. But this is on the website, this next visual. This is the real thing. If we go ahead of the card, this is the real card supposedly. And it's really dumb in a lot of different ways. But can you see my favorite dumb thing about it? It has 5 million 4 times on the card. The card costs $5 million and it makes you a quasi-citizen. Why would you want the price you paid for it on the card? It's not a reward, that was the cost. Why would that be advertised? Like, I don't think they thought at all about that before they put it out. But anyway, the entire thing is so stupid and so utterly corrupt that I'm not surprised that they're actually going forward with it. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, well, first of all, I can't believe he likes that photo of himself. That is, it's everywhere, right? That official photo, exactly, right? It's a terrible picture in the most objective of ways. Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm going to the whole gold card thing, it obviously is evocative of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? You go out and you find it, and then you own the chocolate factory. Well, this is getting. I just sort of see these wealthy people running down, the streets singing "I've got a golden ticket" and dancing around, which I think is fantastic. But look, this is obviously not written in the Constitution. I can't see this going anywhere. But this is exactly what he does.
Yeah, 100%. I think I hadn't really thought of the golden ticket thing. I would say that if I, for years, had been painting my face orange, I would want to avoid invoking Oompa Loompas with anything that I did. I wouldn't want that connection at all.
I didn't.
But anyway, yeah, it's stupid. And by the way, as we've covered when we previously talked about this, there are other countries that have expedited paths to legal documentation for pay. That doesn't make it cool. And in particular, when he's the guy who his base thinks he's the one standing against the elites, being like, yeah, well, you guys can apply or whatever. But if you got $5 million, you're awesome and we want you in, is so fundamentally elitist.
Of course, and hang on one second while I arrest and deport this man working at a car wash and feeding his family. That's
100%. Yeah, let's deport 70 people working at an Omaha meat packing plant making the food that people eat. But a Russian oligarch's got $5 million to blow so he can have quasi-legal 100%. Yeah, oh no, UAE, Saudi Arabia, like every member of the royal family or whatever, can just buy it as a lark or whatever. But the woman who's like working, like selling empanadas on the side of the road so her kids can go to school and live the American dream, screw her, deport her to a supermax prison.
Oh, and don't forget those poor white farmers in South Africa. We got to get them here too, and they don't have to pay.
Yeah, that's true. They're the only ones that, being rich is great. Being white in South Africa is even better. So you don't need to pay in that particular case. Anyway, absolutely ridiculous.